Hi, Professor Wainaina here, your 5 minutes teacher on education, childhood, youth, parenting, and all things school. Welcome. Mommy is boy. This is a particular kind of young man who walks through life with every external advantage, education, manners, talent, and yet crumbles under pressure, avoids confrontation, and seeks constant reassurance. He is polite to a fault, but lacks spine. Smart, but strangely indecisive. Charming, yet aimless. Mummy's Boy is a title that flatters no one, least of all his mother. But behind this label is a deeper developmental misstep that too many well-meaning mothers unknowingly participate in. That is raising a boy without access to masculine formation. Loving your son deeply is not the issue. In fact, that love is often the very force that overwhelms and in certain ways infantilizes them. You were present, invested, emotionally available. You hugged him when he cried, stood up for him at school, made his meals, reminded him of his worth. And yet, despite this warmth, something was missing, something you could not give him, no matter how much you wanted to. Masculinity cannot be transmitted through maternal care. It has to be witnessed in a man and drawn out in challenge. I will say that again for those at the back. Masculinity cannot be transmitted through maternal care. It has to be witnessed in a man and drawn out in challenge. You are not at fault for being a woman. You are not to blame for your limitations. What needs to be said clearly and without apology is that boys must be initiated into manhood by men. It doesn't matter how strong, independent, or enlightened you are as a woman. You are not the map he needs to negotiate masculinity. You are his origin story. You cannot be his destination. Developmental psychologist Michael Gurian explains that boys undergo a distinct neurological and emotional wiring process that responds to male engagement in specific ways. It's not about toxic dominance or outdated gender roles. It's about how the male brain calibrates itself in relation to competition, challenge, discipline, and emotional restraint. These qualities are best modeled, not merely talked about. And no matter how present you are as a mother, you cannot model what you do not live. When a boy spends his formative years enveloped in feminine attention and emotional cushioning without exposure to a mature masculine presence, he learns comfort, not courage. He learns affection, but not assertion. He becomes emotionally fluent, but existentially stalled. At some point, he must leave the orbit of maternal affirmation and enter the tougher terrain where male identity is built through trial, risk, and earned respect. This is where the absence of a man becomes most glaring. Without a father or a male mentor actively shaping his understanding of what it means to stand his ground, take responsibility, or push to adversity, the boy falters. He either overcompensates with bravado or underfunctions with passivity. He might become the sensitive poet who never finishes anything, or the angry dropout who blames women for his confusion. Either way, He has not crossed the bridge into manhood because no one was there to walk him across. And there is the harder truth. Many mothers unintentionally get in the way of this crossing out of fear, out of love, out of habit. You intervene when he struggles. You soften the consequences. You explain away his failures. And in doing so, you rob him of the very fires that forge resilience. You don't mean to, but your care becomes his cage. You are essential. You are irreplaceable, but you're not enough. That is not an insult. It is a truth that liberates you to let go and trust the process your son must undergo. Believe me, if you are afraid of losing his love, he will actually love you more for it. He will not forget the softness of your voice, the safety of your arms, but what he needs to become a man is not more of your love. It is the presence of a man who can call him into something beyond what you can offer. Because a boy who never leaves his mother's world becomes mommy's boy and becomes a man who doesn't know how to enter his own. Thank you for your time. See you in the next lesson.